In May of 2021, Gary Vaynerchuck launched the NFT project VeeFriends. I'm Darby Bailey and I'm a Hangout Hawk. In our first year, we've begun meeting in what we call a Flawk, and we're documenting our conversations as we discuss all things Web3, NFT, business, and EQ. I invite you to listen in, be your own hawk to our Hawk Flawks, and we'd love to know what resonates. Let us know what part you liked best in this video or audio.
Hey, good morning. Good evening.
Morning.
Where you at? Where am I?
Or good evening to you.
Yeah,
What time is it there?
1 a.m.
Yeah, thanks for staying up or getting up.
Yeah, that's it. Staying up. I might crash soon, but hold on. Video button.
Hey.
Somebody popped in right before you guys got here, Calvin, and he started recording it with Grain. I don't think I've met Calvin, but then he dropped off, so maybe he'll come back.
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys don't do daylight savings, so then you don't have to, like, we're all fine now.
In Japan, you don't? Yeah.
No, we don't have that savings here.
Lucky.
So it's actually better because you guys are back 1 hour, right?
We lost an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So
So
back an hour, yeah.
Yeah, you just come back. Yeah, so it's a bit earlier for me because I was like 2 a.m. last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought about it like that.
Give it a second for other people to join. I just got on Discord. I was off Discord for it was weird. Well, yeah, I didn't have access to the Hawks channel because I was moving my wallets, or my tokens to a hard wallet. Gary's note this morning, it says silver linings bring March winnings. So does that mean silver frames are
Yeah,
the next thing?
I saw that as well. So that's silver frames definitely what it does. But I'm sort of all cashed out. I got like 0.1 ETH.
Yeah.
I got like, I think 0.8 now in my book games wallet. I'm selling. I'm reshuffling. I'm trying to get some patient patient pig larvas.
Yeah.
So rearranging. So I've got like sets of five frames that I plan on burning, but 2 of them don't have a patient. It's called the patient pig larva. So I'm trying to sell and rebuy.
I could maybe do I don't know if I have what you need, but I might be able to do a trade with you. I haven't really started doing trades yet, but I've heard people doing them. And but I was gonna try and flip back up to a V1 because I had sold my spectacular like a month and a half ago. But then I found out Mutable X takes up to a week to get it out. I'm like, I'm not gonna have.
I think the site says like 48. Yeah, I think the site says 48 hours. I'm also gonna say I'm trying to sell some stuff at the. You don't want to sell at the floor for stuff that is not some of the rarer stuff that is not at the floor.
Yeah. You
don't want to sell at the floor price.
No, yeah. I'm not
going to take a long time to sell all your stuff. I listed 4 tokens. I've only sold 1 and they're close to the floor.
Yeah, I think the same. I thought the same thing. I put almost all except for I have 2 specials, not the time machine, of course, but yeah. I put them all for sale at the floor, and 4 of them sold overnight, and that's all. So I was like, okay, this is the rate they're selling. I don't trust that I'll be able to sell them fast enough. And then I'd met one person who said his ETH's been stuck in Immutable for a week.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pull back, and I'll just keep my book games.
Yeah. I think it says officially it says 24 hours for the Immutable X to out, which sounds right if they do a daily cycle. Right.
Yeah, so it's been 36 hours for me and I still don't have it.
Oh, so you've tried transferring out already and still?
I did. Yeah. I started as soon as I found out about a possible delay. The ones that I did sell, I was like, okay, I'm going to start transferring just to see. I'll transfer in stages as I sell. And then 24 hours went by and it wasn't there. So I'm like,
wow, okay. What's it 2 weeks, maybe 3 you're looking at?
What?
You said you sold 4, so it's about 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you have a patient pig larva in granite or caviar.
Oh, nope.
The only thing I have in caviar is conviction one.
Sorry?
I had the conviction one in caviar.
Okay, now we'll need the patient pig lava.
There.
They're currently like 0.55. I see some but some are getting sold. Some people are putting like 0.48 occasionally, and they get snapped up quickly.
Yeah.
I managed to get a rainbow, one of my rainbow ones for like that's at like 0.99, but I managed to get one like 0.72. Like I refresh on my phone every like 20 minutes, and then as soon as I see it, I got to come up because I put like all my shit. I don't know how you guys do it. All my stuff's on I got the ledger.
Oh yeah, that's the one I got. Ledger, it's right here.
Yeah, so every transaction needs to be USB to that. You know, did it at my 16. All my 8 sign. So it's a bit of a process. Yeah, but this is what I had since I initially got my crypto. So when I started doing this, like signed up for MetaMask and whatnot, I linked it to this. So that's all I've ever done. I haven't done anything, but I feel like it's kind of worth the.
I probably would have avoided some errors if I would have started with a hard wallet. You know, impatience and trying to buy stuff too fast.
Yeah, well, I had, so back in the day, 2017, 2018, 2017, late then, there was I think it was called Nano Ride Blocks back then. Maybe it's Nano is the thing. There was not many places were trading it. I think that it's called Nano, NANO now.
I remember that one. Yeah,
it was Ride Blocks. It was popping out. I think I heard about it on some channels early on, so I jumped on. And it was cheap as fuck. And I managed to get it right as it boomed, like 10 or 15x kind of ridiculousness. And I was only like, you know, like I think back then I changed Bitcoin ETH to it, whatnot. So I made like a few ETH kind of equivalent. So it was very, very good, but there was only like 2 exchanges that had it. One of them was called BitGrail. And it's an Italian-based one, and essentially what was going on with it. I remember one time I tried to log on, I couldn't log on. It was a real dodgy site, and they only had like 2 tokens that they were dealing with. And then I was able to, I felt shitty about it and issues and people complaining, so I transferred it out of there. And the next day the site was down, and apparently the guy took everything, and then he got arrested in Italy and shit like that. But no one's getting their shit back. And lucky, I literally was the one day before.
Holy crap! So you got out. How much was that? Like that you got out with? Like what would you have lost? Tens of like, what was it? Maybe like thousands, 10,000s, or like 100,000s?
Yeah. No, not 10. Like putting like maybe 10 to 20 grand.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it wasn't. It wasn't nothing. Yeah, like I wouldn't have been upset about it and shit like that, but it wouldn't have, like, none of the money I've got in here is it's all like just play money. Yeah. But yeah, but significant enough that you're definitely aware of it.
That's why it's weird, because it was play money to me, but now it's just like real money. Now it's just like, oh, my real money. I mean, my play money is real money now. What do I do? I think that's like kind of what I've been trying to, even with the book game tokens, I got pretty lucky and I got all mediocre to good things. I only had 7 of them, and like I don't even know what to do with them. I'm just like sitting on them right now because
of your book games.
Yeah, I only have 7. But all of them are kind of like they either have a good frame or they have a good rarity. So then I'm not really sure what to do. I haven't even looked at them honestly because I have to go back and like check on it. I forgot which ones I have. Exactly.
Honestly, I think that's a good strategy. Like just sit on them. They're not going to, I mean, we have decades. They're going to be there for a long time.
Especially since like in the beginning, I'm assuming it's mostly like VCon tickets, kind of like, you know, related to VCon kind of thing. So then like I already have, you know, a ticket to go. Unless like I'm planning to put the ticket.
I just put a link in the chat. You just want, like, if you just put your address, your wallet address.
My wallet address.
In this link.
I can find out.
In this link that I sent you.
I used that when I listed my email. That tool's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
So helpful.
Yeah, it's a great tool. You just put your
thing. Immutable X wallet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll just go through everything and tell you this is the total value of all your stuff. This is the rarity. How many of this particular frame set is there? What the current floor price is. what the last price paid for it is. So yeah, it's a really helpful tool. It just gives you a picture of your whole wallet. So if you're curious about what are your things are hot, what aren't, that's useful. But right now, probably the key thing right now for a lot of it is what the frame is, and it's basically the frame. And if you have was it the gratitude and was it not curiosity?
Conviction. It's conviction because I have conviction.
One. Conviction, gratitude, and frames. Probably the big ones. Hey Julian, how you doing, brother?
Hi, how are you?
Hey.
Sorry for the little striptease. It was not.
It's all good. It's mostly grain.
It's rainy today at SF. Really, really rainy.
Yeah.
It's good. We need water. You should come here too after San Francisco. It comes to Utah.
We just had snow over the weekend, I think.
You did?
Yeah, like I feel like it was snowing like last couple. Just like random snows, either like Saturday, I think.
I'm excited today. It's going to be 55 degrees. That's like summer compared to what's been. I'm going to be formal now and talk about the agenda and stuff.
Do it, because I'm going to get to sleep.
Legend and Julian, before you guys got here, we were just talking about book games, and I had sold some in there to try and get back to a V1. Emil's trying to get a lava pig in what you said in the 2 strains.
Granite and caviar.
To build up a set of 5. And then I'm still waiting. I took a withdrawal out of Immutable, and I'm still waiting. It's been almost 36 hours for me to get that off the Immutable platform for the ETH for the ones I sold. And so I decided to not try and flip up. I got a Go ticket on the exchange because I wanted to see what the exchange was like. It was pretty cool. Yeah, so book games. And I do have an update about the party, collaborative art, and then also my meeting with D-Rock. After talking to Emil last week and then also talking to D-Rock, the collaborative art NFT that I've been doing for this, I just haven't had time. I'm doing so many things. I haven't had time to to mint them. So I'm going to ramp this down and call it a closed project, but I'll do a couple more. I think maybe this week and maybe next week, probably just today and Thursday. So the link is in here. If you want to go draw on there, I'll make an NFT and I'm going to airdrop it to anybody who's here in the meeting, kind of like a POAP, but I'm going to ramp that down. I'll mint those and get them out, and then I'll be done with that. And then for talking to D-Rock about these Zoom sessions, I have been trying to figure out, and Legend, I know we had a conversation about this, a short one, about trying to get our content chopped up and edited the way that we see Gary's content. And he said that they literally just used to take their long form content, like Wine Library TV. They'd just shoot the long form, whatever it was, and then they would get it up on YouTube and use the transcription tool and like the techniques of, I'm sure we've all heard or you've heard. At the end, he'd say, leave a comment below, let us know what parts of the video you like, yada, yada, yada. And then they'll go back and they'll pull from those specific sections, which really fits into how Gary works generally, is like seeing what people like from the content and letting that lead the conversation. So he was like, just post these, put a top and a tail on them. And I'm going to work backwards because I think the ones that we've been doing more recently are better organized / more relevant. And I can't do them all at once because they are so long. So it takes some time to process. But I've got the music and I've got a script ready to just post them on YouTube and see what happens. So I'm going to have one posted by my meeting with him. I'm going to meet again with him on Friday to talk about that and some other things. What else was I going to say? The party. So the party's moving forward. We have a website. And honestly, like over the weekend, I was like, I've got to get my stuff on a hard wallet. It's keeping me up at night, literally. Like, oh my gosh. So I got that going. I also was watching my brother's kids all weekend. So I started to move it all, and I was like, I have to go slow, just go slow, take your time, because I don't want to accidentally send it and have it and accidentally burn it. So I tested with some other other NFTs that I have. One is stuck, somewhere. It's stuck on a hardwall account that I'm not sure if I can link up. So I'm glad I did a tester, but all my VeeFriends are safe and sound. So that feels really good. But because of that, I haven't done the website for the party. I'm going to get that done today. It's basically just a really simple ticketing thing. And then Benny wants to be able to start selling tickets immediately. So you'll probably see a post tomorrow, maybe late tonight, about that, to be able to buy a ticket to the party. We want to make it a required purchase of 2 tickets so that you bring a guest, so that we can have it mostly be Hawks and Hawks first connections. But I'll post about that later. Well, so Gary, you're saying that it wouldn't apply to your gaming stuff, but that's what I said to him. I was like, we're just rambling. He's like, he said, the people that need to hear it will hear it. So I'm just trusting, like, this whole past year has been really just trying to take feedback and change and grow, and like not that that's a limiting belief that it won't apply, but I mean, try one. I don't know. I'm going to do the one and see what happens. Every time I follow the recommendations of the VeeFriends community or Gary's approach or 12.5, it always like exponentially does better than I thought it would. So I'm trusting that.
I kind of missed the bit when you said for chopping up the videos. What was their point on, like, so you got the long form content, and then I just missed the section of how do you decide what to chop up?
Yeah, so he said you take the long form, right? You put an intro in it. I've got like a little music cue, and I'll say, hey, my name's Darby, and I'm part of the Hangout Hawks, yada yada. Here's a video of one, or here's one of our sessions from just being a Hangout Hawk, and then you just play it. I've got a music bed to go under it to keep it a little bit interesting, and then at the end, have the tail or the tail where it's the music cue again, and then I say, if anything in this video resonated with you, please let us know what it is below, or mark. I can have them mark in the video like moments that they liked, or I think the algorithm will show you. And so then let that sit for a while. Post that long video. It's like an hour. That's a long video. He's saying the people that need to hear it will hear it. And I know there's a lot of fans that want to know what VeeFriends are doing, but I'm just going to trust VeeRock because he's been doing this for a while. So then after that, going in like retroactively and looking and saying, okay, there's a spot people like 18 people like this moment. And that's how they get those little 10 seconds, right? A little 10-second short snippet. That's how they're getting that content. So yeah, it makes sense?
Cool.
And then I guess, yeah, and I'm not going to think about production quality past that point because that's a big enough task right there. Like we've been doing these for a while. So but yeah, I'm going to work backwards. So the most recent ones first. I think that'll help the most people because this space moves so quickly.
Awesome.
Let's see. Oh, you're already working on it. Can you cut up the content if something could happen during?
Russell in. Hey, Russell. Good morning. Good evening.
Hey, Russell. So that's my dump for the status of what's going on. Well, I have another thing, but that's more my personal, my separate project. I'd love to go around the room and just ask people how they're feeling about VeeFriends or their own entrepreneurship / efforts in work or life. You want to go first, Wilson? How are things going?
Oh man, I think so. I'm just getting a lot. Like yesterday, I found I had to do kind of like a jury duty thing that I called up for. They wouldn't let me delay it on the phone, but I went there and luckily they let me do that. But now today I find out I have to file like a LLC kind of annual payment thing, and it's like the deadline today, so I'm trying to figure that out too. So yeah, I feel just like, right now I have a lot just like plopped on my plate that, I've been thinking more of the business side versus the actual like, bureaucracy side, and I'm trying to like slow down and deal with the paperwork stuff. Yeah, but
totally good. I have paperwork on that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taxes. Yeah.
But for like VeeFriends, like I'm still optimistic, but it's still like kind of up in the air for me of what I'm expecting of it. I'm hoping more of like a kind of a network thing to build more relationships so that, I can find more people from New York that can potentially help me start what I'm doing here. and I'm a little behind on what I promised, like you and Emil, of like reaching out, but I need to like start doing that also, just like to local businesses and see if they can do collaborations or help me out build out what I wanted to do.
Yeah, cool. That reminds me that we are starting a forum for the party. Laura started it, and I'll find it to show it to you guys after we get through introductions or what we're doing to get people from the VeeFriends community to help for the party. And I think that could be a nice way. I'll talk to them about a way we can maybe add. I don't remember if she added a city or state, but if we can start to build this collaboration group or people who are in the VeeFriends community that might be able to help all of us, I think that would be a nice way to have crossover in the party to like all of us. Emil, how's it going for you? Since last Thursday, how are you feeling? COVID still? Oh, you're muted. Haha.
So I still got COVID. Thankfully the kids are all better. My wife is a little bit further ahead of the recovery than I am, like 2 days ahead. I'm feeling better a bit today than I was. The past like 3 days are probably the worst. Still nagging cough, but yeah. So I can really see though how it can take people out, like that really get deep into the lungs. I had pneumonia about a decade ago, and that was like the worst I've ever been. I was like in bed for 10 days, lung infection, just very, very unpleasant. Couldn't move. This isn't that bad, but I can really feel sort of the phlegm and the infection deep in the lungs, as opposed to a flu, which I'm sure you guys probably haven't had pneumonia or lung infection before. The flu, generally you get like just congestion and a lot of stuffiness and sinuses, but it's all sort of the shoulder, the neck up. So even if you're coughing up and runny nose and phlegmy, it's all just in the head. Whereas the lung infection, it's very much like you can be clear in the head and you're just coughing, and then it's quite phlegmy and thick and it's nasty. And I'm getting a sense of it with COVID, that's how it is. It reminds you of the pneumonia. And I can just imagine anyone with, a slightly like weak, immune system or some kind of, physical issue can really, really suffer, can really knock them down. So it's a lot more serious than I guess I was thinking. I wasn't thinking it wasn't serious, but it's interesting seeing it in my family now, and everyone's getting it when you just really hear about it outside of the community and outside on the news, etc. Anyway, where was I? So last week our last call, we sort of spoke about accountability. I've been taking it, so for me, I wanted to basically start doing TikToks. I wanted to do 5 or 10 TikTok videos, even just save them in the draft, get familiar with the app. I haven't done that yet. I downloaded the app. I've been looking at it, and it's still just a lot of Japanese girls with dancing and boobs out. So I'm spending much more time on consuming TikTok than actually creating. But we have I've been recording, I made some Legos with my kids, like a X-Wing, some old Lego collections I've got. So doing that with the kids whilst we're all sort of quarantined at home. Just taking some videos of that. So I've been taking content with the idea that it is for TikTok, short form, just video content, taking that, and I'm gonna, in the next few days, I'm gonna start just compiling that and play with it and start uploading it. I'm in progress for sort of just getting the accountability sort of checkbox of getting some stuff done for TikTok, making content rather than consuming.
I think accountability is great, but I have asthma, and you reminded me, I had pneumonia last year for months, you got to take care of your health, right? So if you're going slower on anything, your health comes first, because like I said in the court, I lost a lot of people from COVID. So accountability, man, it's good. I think Legos is a great idea. I love building Legos.
Yeah, with the kids, it's fine. And I'm sure everyone's interested. So because I live in Japan, because I live in Japan, all my TikToks are like this. This is my strength.
You got to follow. So have you followed any accounts yet? So do you know how the algorithm works?
I only follow Gary Vee. So,
yeah. So go. Like
yeah, you can follow me, Emil.
Yeah, go follow some accounts of like the content you might, or just go follow. Just do the hashtag VeeFriends, or do the hashtag whatever type of content you think you might want to create. Go find 2 or 3 people. Even that many will start to change the way that it delivers your content, because it's all based on interest. So yeah, like it's crazy. Like I'll go in and test it, and I'll follow 3 people in one like content domain, and my content feed is immediately different.
Okay. Yeah, because
so,
I'm not liking anyone or anything. The only thing
but it still knows you're watching. Yes, it started. Yeah, it still knows you're watching. Like it's counting how many views. So it's like there's multiple ways that it's like tracking it, right? But if you want to,
I'm definitely watching.
But I know which ones I get sucked into. Like there's some I'm like, why am I sitting here? It's 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, I've been watching like funny videos of people doing like, weird backyard tricks of like lighting shit on fire.
Okay, that's your thing. Okay, I feel less weird now.
Okay, let's go to Julian. How's it going? Let's keep going. I think we can get around to everybody and come back to you. I just want to make sure we all get a chance to check in. Julian, how are things?
How are you?
Build? Good.
Yeah, it's really. We advanced. We progressed a lot since last week, and we are a lot of ideas and a lot of progress. And then I did a little pitch, a little white paper. So I would like to present you and present also the progress of the hub, So I can start. I can share my screen. I don't know.
Yeah. I just made you able to. So you're gonna present. Have you done this yet? You're pitching your white paper or presenting?
No, just to present it, to show, to have feedback and all that stuff, because it's always great to have feedback to my progress, and show as well and show you as well the progress of the hub. So this is.
While you're setting that up, this makes me realize that this concept of like posting these long form videos, like some of this stuff, like I don't want to impact any kind of like NDAs you have or any stealth mode you have while you're building this. So before I post, maybe I should, like, if you watch the video at D-Rock, he's like, you don't owe them anything, like just post it, right? I'm like, okay, and I'm codependent to a degree where I'm like worrying about everybody else a lot. So, but like when it comes to business stuff like this, like if you're building this and we post this on YouTube today, and it hinders your development or hurts that your any kind of strategic build you have going on, I don't want to share it if it shouldn't be shared. So that being said, we can talk about it later. But
yeah, you could probably just ask for permission from like any times there's sensitive information.
Sorry, because I had a call. I have to put it down. So sorry.
Okay, I'll come back to that. Go ahead and go share and do your thing. I'm excited.
Yeah, there is because you recorded, so maybe there are something that I couldn't share.
Oh no. Go ahead. It's okay. I'm not gonna post anything. I'm just saying I'm sensitive to everybody. So yeah, go ahead and share away. I'll make it work. So I'm not sharing anything I shouldn't be sharing. If I do, posting.
So this is like the progress of the hub. So the first experience.
A nice barn.
There is a lot of. So we want to put like grass everywhere, maybe depending on the weather, all that stuff. And you see there is like some I don't know a dome, and we where there is the little man here. So there and the other side as well. So I want to make like tiny experiences for Web3 communities. So maybe because I am in a VeeFriends community and World of Women, so maybe like a tiny experience here for VeeFriends and for my proof of concept, and a tiny experience here for World of Women. Maybe it's one of my idea. So this is the progress of the hub, and like this is like the first.
Très bien. J'ai trouvé ceci sur le web pour This First. Regardez.
Excuse me, it's Siri who's activated itself. So like this is like the first white paper, like our distinguished metaverse and how we could be one of the first experiential metaverse in the Web3. So we all know that all the metaverses now, like Sandbox, Decentraland, and CryptoVoxel, are like have huge issues because there is a lack of design and a lack of content. We can see that the highest peak on Decentraland was like 2,000 people. So comparing to Roblox with like 5 million people at the same time is like really poor. But the floor price of all those metaverses are like really high. So we decided to solve those two issues by building like the first experiential metaverse built by and for its community. So the container, so we will have like a central hub, and in this hub, so the hub will be like tailor-made for each experiences, so for brands, for community, and all those experiences that we can imagine. So it's like the first proof of concept, but the hub could be seen as we want, because we will like do tailor-made experiences each time, so each month, and afterwards each week, and afterwards each days. And for the content, we want to make it like small, simple, and sleek. So this is like one of the first proof of concept of an experience. So two people on chairs, like maybe watching a show or watching a concert or music event, and all that, all we can imagine. And so this is my team. So you always see me, but we are like 15 in our team, and this is my associates. So Joseph and Elias. Joseph is like a more urbanistic expert. So he will like he has the eye to build all the metaverse stuff, and Elias is the CTO, and so it's the blockchain and full stack developer. So he runs all the artistic team. So this is like a small white paper, and the business model is like we like build experiences for Web3 brands, Web3 communities, and all around the hub we will have like a lens, and lens owners could like access to all experiences, and they will have like custom interiors to event their friends and enjoy the experiences.
Awesome.
So this is like the first sketch of the white paper and the hub. So I don't know if you have some questions, some feedback to give, or some if you like the style, or you don't like at all the style of the metaverse.
I love the idea of the small, like the visual that sticks in my mind is the two chairs sitting together, because a lot of what I've seen in the metaverse and when I play like Roblox or Minecraft with my nephew, it's always just so expansive. So I really like that you're creating little pockets for people to kind of come and communicate, or kind of come and sit and be in a small, really great design space. That was my favorite part that I got from it. I don't know if anybody else has comments.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, like, is it more of like a NFT art exhibit you're looking for, or is it an actual experience where you're doing something, or is it more of like a hangout?
No, it's like more experiences, because we want to. I don't know if you remember like the Travis Scott concert in Fortnite. It will not a Travis Scott concert because for now it's a huge challenge to do it, but at the beginning, we want to do like a partnership with Web3 brands and brands, all the brands, be a fashion show. Fashion show, could be concert, could be music hall, could be just community driven. You know, if VeeFriends want to do an experience in the metaverse, will in a huge jungle, and we meet all each other with our animals, it could be possible. It could be.
Is that it? Would it be possible for you to build something by VCon, just one experience that we could show at?
Yeah, it could be possible. I just I want to gather all the ideas. Is for that I just build a Discord channel just this morning. So we have like 5 people we have 5 people on it now, but I want to like build like a core community.
Like I know we don't know what I mean. He's not going to iterate on the art, right? The hawk art. I'm sitting here like it would be so cool to like be in there, like have hawks flying around, like real hawks.
Yeah.
Or like something like some kind of really cool nature hawk experience, or I don't know, because you could start building that now without having to like wait for any art from the VeeFriends community to come out to plug in. It'd be really. I think it'd be really cool if you had just one experience. And somehow we could get enough like headsets for the party, or even just like after party, you know.
But I'm trying to, maybe we can discuss together because we are like building like the first place, but on the sides we can build many experiences, because we have in the team like 2 Unreal Engine engineers. So it's in the process, and of course in May we could possibly have like a tiny Hawks experience for the party, or VCon experiences, and we can imagine all the stuff we can, all the stuff.
Yeah. Even if you could like get like, if I could go in there and like just like look up and there's like some hawks, because they fly. I think they Flawk, right? Just like make it be really like subtle, but people get to experience it, and then they look up, they're like, whoa, and they're like, you know, like up there. Like that was for you, Legend, by the way.
It was my idea.
No
folks are coming there, flying, and afterwards there is a tremendous tiger who like roar and all that stuff.
Yeah, be cool.
It was my idea.
Can I ask about the business model? I think like there's still going to be, you're still thinking about it, and there's still lots of ideas, but I'm not, you know, my experience with Web3 and metaverse type stuff at the moment is I played a Roblox a little bit with my niece as well, specifically to look, I want to like, you know, just show me around kind of thing, and just I can get an idea for it. Is your space going to be sort of a regular kind of metaverse that people go to regularly and they see what's going on there, and they have certain things that they always do there, or you see it kind of as an event, or is it going to be like an event space, basically a Web3 sort of rental space, like a brand wants, well, it's a concert is a good idea, is a good example, because it's like a one-time thing. So, okay, there's a concert being held, and this is the venue, like your metaverse is where it's going to be held. So I just really need to have to go there for that one event, and then I leave, and I never really have to go there again. I've got no commitment to it.
So it will be like maybe it will be like a stadium, you know, where there is like a hub. All the experiences will be in this place. So the hub will be tailor-made for each experiences. So for instance, we'll do like one experience per month at the beginning. Afterwards, when we grow, we will like one experiences for per week, and afterwards one experience per day if it's possible. And so all around the hub we'll have like all the lands for owners, and they could watch the show for their lands, so from their lands, excuse me. So there is like interiors, and afterwards we can invite friends for the event, like you know, like a NBA stadium or a fashion show or a soccer stadium. So it will be like concentrated in one place, and all around there will be lands for owners too, and all the owners could be access to all the experiences.
Well, when you say, sorry, you mean lanes or like
Lens. Sorry. So lens with home, interiors.
Okay.
But we will do it like step by step, because so building this is take maybe one year. So first of all, we want to build the center, and afterwards we'll build from the center to the end of the map.
Yeah, I think it's like what I think with any kind of business. Again, I'm putting sort of my typical traditional business, approach on. So I don't know how relevant it is now to this, like, the Web3 part of things, but in general, it's like, do you get the audience first to want to watch the events, or the events, like the customers, or the sellers or the buyers? Who comes first, right? So for example, if there's no events being held, I'm not going to go and are viewers going to go and participate in events or watch events? Am I going to join? Is someone going to go there to view if there are no events scheduled? And if there are, or the opposite is true, are brands going to start scheduling events or doing events in your space if you don't have a large community of viewers? What comes first, or how do you build them up at the right stage? I think that's a challenge you guys have, but what do you guys have a strategy for that?
Yeah.
And maybe my explanation doesn't really fit.
Yeah, I understand.
The model.
I understand. The community will be first, because all is community. So on the technological part, because Unreal Engine is when we open the world on Unreal Engine, it costs for the team money, because it's like renders on a huge computers, and so it costs us like a really a large amount of money if a large amount of people come to the metaverse, because it builds on Unreal Engine. So at the beginning, we are like in a tech point of view, we must just open the metaverse only for events, because it will like cost us quite too much if we opens every time, even if there is no events. So at the beginning, so we will like drop lens to the community. Afterwards, brands and or people will make experiences, and afterwards, like in 1 year and 2 years, the metaverse will be opened anytime, so we could invite friends, do events, watch parties, and all that stuff. But at the beginning, we couldn't open the metaverse anytime, because it will cost us too much money to open it.
Julian,
thanks for your feedback, Emil. It's always great to.
So I'm assuming you guys know about things like VR chat and like big screen, like the metaverse is already like kind of on Facebook's platforms. Have you guys thought of at least creating communities around them so that they can come to you eventually, or like even have whatever your concept is be on their platform? Is that something you guys ever talked about, or are you just betting on Unreal Engine's metaverse when they create it? Is this kind of, are you using Unreal Engine as the sandbox, or like do you hope to eventually just be on every platform, kind of on Android, Apple, whatever? There's going to be the Facebook's metaverse, there's going to be like all these other ones. Like, how do you plan on, where do you plan on starting, or you just really creating your
own? At the beginning, we plan to build on Unreal Engine, so people will like connect their wallet and go to the metaverse. It will be next month. It could be on computer and VR if we manage, but I think it would be okay.
If I could jump in here, yeah. So I'm just, for the sake of time, because I still want to get to Sean, Russell, and Gal, but yeah. The question that Emil and Wilson just asked, both in my mind relate to just standard business strategy practices, right? So have you done a competitive landscape analysis to know who the other customers are for these other worlds? Like VR chat, I had no idea about. There's so many different lands, but there's like just a competitive, knowing your competitive landscape and understanding strategically where to hit first. I mean, I think the design of yours is amazing, and it's the prettiest one I've seen. The style of it, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking now as you're talking about how you want to enter and where your customer is going to come in. If you can strategically look at what other people are doing, I think it's new enough, the space, that you're going to be able to easily find the key customers that you might want to get. Like if you get one enterprise customer, like, or one huge brand, that could just like cinch your deal, and like that could get you going, right? If you got even one corporate client and you became their space for their corporate, like their global operations, there's so many ways to go about doing it. I hope I didn't jump into that, but yeah, I think your space is gorgeous. It's
thank
gorgeous.
you very much. But I just opened my Discord, you know, to think about it. So if you want to
will you share that share that with the Hawks, or do you want to share it just to us? I'd love to.
With the Hawks and with us, with you. So I put in, I will put in to the Hawks as well. So I will put more stuff. So I just created this morning. So
nice. Yeah, I'll put it in the recap. So just to motivate people to get in there, or just to make sure it gets communicated. I'm going to move on to Gal next, because I haven't seen you much, and I don't know you very well. I'd love to, if you can speak, let us know how it's going.
Or I missed the beginning of Julian's presentation, so I don't know what this looks like, but it sounds like it apparently looks amazing. So hopefully there's a way to see that at some point.
I can show you just this. Did you show it? This one?
It shows.
Oh yeah, I did not see. I came in too late. I was on a work call, but that does look. I mean, that looks pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. It's a real honor to have your feedback. Thanks a lot.
How are things going for you, Gal? What's your week like? Have you been doing book games or doing real life?
A lot, mostly real life. Actually, for the last couple of months was like completely dark, I think, from the Discords and everything else. And then right when the announcements were coming out, I kind of jumped back in for a little bit just to see what all of the announcements were. But I have not, I've not burned anything or traded anything. I think might be sitting on like 25 of the book games tokens at this point, something like that.
I said, are you going to VCon?
Yes.
Cool.
We'll definitely be there.
I don't know. Cool. I don't know if at the beginning, or if you've been in the Discord, that we're having a party. I did a recap, and I'll do a written recap in the Discord too. But we're hoping that Julian will show and do a live demo of what he's building at the Hawk party, which I think will be really amazing. Is there, Gal, remind us what you do for?
And also it's Gal. It's like Paul but with a G, just spelled like Gal. So I know it's super weird.
Gal. Thank you. Okay.
No worries. I'm in real estate also. So DC, Maryland, Virginia area is what my like real world job is.
Yeah. Do you do commercial or residential or both?
Mostly residential, but some commercial as well, a little bit.
Cool. There's a lot of real estate people in the Hawks.
I feel a real estate agent. Good stuff. The hustle is real.
Interest rates are rising, so I don't know if that would probably makes your job harder or not. Does it matter?
Right now, it doesn't seem to matter too much. At least in our area, doesn't seem to be an issue. Again, for the most part, obviously there's going to be some people that are affected by it, but there are a lot of people that are still perfectly fine with the rates as they are.
Go. What are interest rates right now? Can I ask, like in the US?
Pushing like 4, 375, buy a point, whatever. Just locked somebody in. I think we went under contract last week, so she was able to get 3.5% on her loan.
Okay. What's the money down? Like 20%,
10%? As low as, some will do 0, but 3, 5%. Some that are lucky enough to be able to have that kind of cash, especially again in our area being pretty expensive, I'd say. There aren't a ton of people that are putting down 20% unless they are like legit established, right? And have a ton of cash. But we're seeing that obviously in like the higher price points that people just have the money, have cash, right? Or just like have $1 million in cash to throw around.
Yeah, and you get better interest rate terms when you put more down.
Say that again.
Do you get better, like lower interest rate when you put more deposit? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm in Tokyo, so just a bit of a tangent. Yeah, Tokyo. So our home loans, we do like 0 money down, and it's like 0.5%.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like 0.5%. I think it's ridiculous. My mortgage is, my one is fixed for the full 35 years, fixed rate 0.99.
That's pretty awesome. That's really good.
Yeah.
For people over there.
Yeah. It's completely. It's
Did you say 45 years? Is that the loan length? 45 years?
35 years. So it's free money with that interest rate. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Sorry.
People thought 2.5 and under 3 was free money. So
yeah, I'm Australian, so yeah, those kind of numbers are free money. And then I come to Japan, and it's like, well, Jesus Christ,
they're basically paying me.
Yeah. So
yeah.
All right.
Nice. I'm going to move to Russell then. Russell's real estate. How's it going, Russell? How's your weekend? And how was your weekend? And how's life?
Life is good. Things are a lot more expensive now over, since the start of the year. Rates have pushed up by more than 1%. So for the people that are in purely in real estate, it may not be bad because we've got such an inventory problem that there's more people buying than there are houses available to buy in almost every market that I've seen. And so it's just going to weed out possibly some of the weaker people or people who think that it's going to come back around, and it may make things more reasonable. I had one client who was trying to buy a house. I guess this was just last year, and there were 55 offers on the house that he was trying to get. And he bid on 14 homes before he finally got an offer accepted. And so it's very depressing and discouraging for someone who's a first-time home buyer trying to get in on something like that. But generally, that's not the market I'm in. So that's not, I'm not having to deal with that aspect of the business. And just plugging along. It's funny. I heard you when I came on. I heard you talking about moving your VeeFriends over into hardware wallets. And I actually had mine in different hardware wallets. I had all my Access ones in one because that's where I got all my roles for the Discord, and then all the cores I put in another one just to have things spread out, because I didn't want to have, potentially $1 million worth of NFTs in one place. Yeah. Because I had 14 VeeFriends in the beginning, and it's just, it's insane looking at how those things shot up. And I tried to get cute, and I didn't write down my seed phrase. I applied a formula to it and changed it because I was worried about someone finding this notebook and just stealing everything. And I got the formula wrong on the wallet where I had all my Access tokens. And I found out because I decided to double up and get a second ledger for each wallet and put those in a safe deposit box. And I couldn't get the one to resolve for where all of my Access tokens were. And so I was really freaking out at that. So don't try to get too fancy when it comes to what you're doing with your seed phrases and everything. Because if you can't figure out what you did, or if you mess up on the calculation, you could lose everything. It's just nuts.
It's such a weird balance of like cold wallet, hot wallet, but yeah, I was gonna put one NFT or one VeeFriend on one wallet, and I talked to Signy, and she's like, "You don't, just put them on one. At least it's on a hard wallet now. Maybe I have 4. I used to have 8, but yeah, I think that's smart advice to not get too complicated. But because I almost threw up like when I first hit transfer to the hard wallet. I'm like, oh my gosh, which one do I sacrifice? Am I willing to sacrifice first if I do this wrong?
I always send a junk NFT first.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
To make sure that it works, and then it's a little nerve-wracking while you're waiting for those things to show up. What I've done since then is I split my seed phrases into 3 pieces. So I have an A, a B, and a C. And so in one journal, I have A and B, and another I have A and C, and in the other one I have B and C. And they're in 3 different safe deposit boxes.
Okay, interesting.
That are not physically close to each other. So for example, in California, we had cases where we've had fires go through and just wipe out a town. If you guys have seen that. Well, I was nervous about having everything in one place. And what if it just happens to be that the building where my stuff is stored disappears? So I have them physically stored far apart from each other. But then if I ever have to recreate a wallet, it's difficult because I have to bring 2 of those binders together to get everything out. But that's what I did as far as my comfort level between, I don't want someone to just find a notebook and say, well, let's see what's in this wallet. Because anybody that's in crypto that sees those words, it's going to know that's a seed phrase.
Yeah.
But at least that way, I know I'm not going to be making any kind of a mistake. And so in one safe deposit box, I have all the extra ledgers. And then in another safe deposit box, I have written down the codes to the ledgers. So again, I've compartmentalized things far enough out that anybody that stumbles upon one doesn't get anything out of me.
Right. Somebody showed me, you can buy these metal etching seed phrase holders. I guess it's a kit.
Yeah, I have some of those too.
Nice.
But what I'm doing with those is I'm not storing the full seed phrase on any one.
Even then.
Even then.
That's smart.
And I'm storing them in the same safe deposit boxes where I have the wallets.
Yeah.
Where I have the other binders.
Yeah, like how much are these things going to be worth eventually? I think that's a smart strategy. I like the idea of splitting it up. And I hadn't thought about like the home fire. Like those are all really good things to think about for the safety of your wallet.
I used to work in tech in the data storage. So it's similar to like, what you've got is like a RAID. Like, you have the data stored. If one drive fails, you can still rebuild with the existing data. You can rebuild the original. So that's why, like, if one of those safety deposit boxes, like if that place burns down or blows up, you still have A and B and C located across 2 different sites, and you can put them together and rebuild. And I think there's that balance with, like, when there's a certain value of it, it's worth going through that extra step. And it sounds like you have enough that's it. With someone with like 1 or 2 tokens, maybe not necessary to go to that extra level of security. Like there's that level of convenience and security that balances out with what you're actually trying to protect. But that's what it sounds like. And the fact that it's offsite rather than locally, it sounds like it's well thought out.
So we've got a couple of minutes left, and I have a hard out today, but I'm happy to just let this go if somebody wants to keep hosting. But I do want to hear from Sean and Legend. Sean, do you want to say hi? Thanks for coming to the meeting. I don't know if you're still busy. I think you said you were doing stuff in the background. Or Legend, want to give us a shout out? Let us hear your voice. How's it going? You good? I see a smile. You're gonna type. Oh, you're muted.
You hear me?
Yeah.
All right, what's up? Nothing much. Are you guys still doing like, because I know it was supposed to be like intros and then the status of the party and then
we're
like what stage are we at?
Long intros today. Status of the party at the top. The party's happening. I'm gonna let's see. The party's happening. It's $125 a pop per person. we want to sell them in twos so that we get a hawk plus a guest. So we're creating like a hawk crowd plus our circles. Plus a lot of us are traveling with someone, so that's natural that we bring our companion. And it's going to be open bar for beer and wine. They do have a full bar if you want cocktails. I'm building the site. I had started to do it Friday, but got sidetracked with some other stuff like hard wallets over the weekend. So I'm going to finish the site so that we can start at least testing the purchase of tickets tomorrow. So we'll be able to start selling tickets this week. And what else? Julian's hopefully going to be able to do a demo of his metaverse there. So we'll have some cool experiences. And we're going to, you know, have a red carpet, a photo wall. We're going to do some sponsors for the party, but that's going to be after we get tickets going. And then I'll just quickly show the link to the form. Laura built a form for us to get volunteers from the VeeFriends community to do photography, help us with the art, and help us with everything from now until the party and on site at the party. I also have a party planner ready to go if we need somebody paid. She lives in Minneapolis. And this is what I was thinking earlier. I think we might want to add one thing on here that just asks if people might be interested in volunteering for Hawk events or volunteer for Hawk projects in the future, not just for this party. I think that'd be a good time to grab those emails. If like for Wilson, if there's anybody in here, we could find out. We should add what city they're in. If we had a list from this contact grab, we could say, well, we know we've got X number of people in New York or wherever it might be, and they aren't interested in volunteering in the future. I think that could be useful. I don't know what you guys think, but that's where we are with the party and the collaborative art thing I've been doing. I'm going to do one today and one tomorrow or Thursday, and then I'm going to close that up as a complete project because I'm going to focus on content instead. And I just posted the link for that again. That's the party update. But I do have to go. So does anybody want to take over host and stick around? Otherwise, I'll close the meeting for everybody. And Sean, I'm sorry, I don't, unless you want to speak up now. And Robert, hi, Robert. We can end things. Anybody want to stay around? Raise a hand. No? So I guess we'll see you Thursday. Robert, you just came at the end. You got here for the very end.
Can stay a little bit, Robert.
I'm all right to hang out for a little bit more. It's 2 a.m., but I'm good for another 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, I can handle it if you want, or Emil.
I'm gonna pass this over to you, Emil. And
maybe give it to Jules because I'm gonna, like I said, I'm pretty tired, so I might jump off. Jules, if you want to take it and okay, bye.
Oh, wow, first time animator. I have so much pressure.
Don't fuck up. You're out of the group.
How are you, Robert?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you for your thing though, like, have you like seen your competition or like have you used it? Like I was saying, like I think VR chat sounds like very similar to what you're doing. And I've been watching a lot of like VR videos recently, and they're really big in that community of like the people that knows what's next before the mainstream knows. So they do have like a lot of like, you know, it's kind of like Roblox where you could create a room, and each room they could program it to do things. Like some of them, they have games like, I don't know if you know Among Us, that's like a really popular game. They have that in VR where like, you know, it's just different experiences that I didn't even know kind of exist until now. And it's a good idea to like try it out yourself and then see what you can kind of like copy and paste and like use on your platform or whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I think we don't want to like be gamification because there is a lot of better person to do it because we are not GTA, but so the experience will be more like entertainment and not gamification. So,
but they have those too. That's what I'm kind of saying. Yeah. That like
so
right now, they have a lot of these things where like even Facebook, right? Like, you know, they have sometimes they show like a live boxing game, and then people just hang out in a room and watch this boxing game, or they watch like movies together, like Big Screen is another one where like anybody can upload a video and you're just like in a room with a bunch of people watching like a movie. So then, you know, it's the same thing, but I'm saying more of like trying to use what makes those things popular and then, you know, bring that to your platform, similar to how like TikTok is popular because of short format content. You know, use that concept, you know, like, you know, bring their ideas over so that, you know, you're not necessarily stealing, but it's more of just like using the idea of why are so many people like involved in this. And almost always, it's always community building of like, you know, people that just are a group of with a group of people that are kind of cool. And like, you know, there's not a lot of, you know, I guess like drama that goes between. Sometimes there are, but then it's just more of like figuring out like a niche of like people like hanging out together.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I will definitely check out. It's VRChat.
Yeah, so VRChat, Big Screen. VRChat, it's for pretty much anything. You could do it on desktop or in VR, where you're just an avatar. Honestly, it's a little weird sometimes. I think it's like a range of like, it's almost like, think of, you know, like AOL, there were party rooms back then, or chat rooms. It's like a chat room, but then it's in person almost. So like, you know, people, there's different themes and like, you know, different communities in it itself. I honestly personally never used it myself, except for just to go in and see what it was like. But when I first tried it, it was very new, so I didn't really know about the communities. But then people started building up on the code, and the platform just allowed new things, which is very community driven, which is kind of cool. So instead of like you programming it, the community programs it, asks the community what do they want, and they kind of just build these like different things and experiences.
Yeah, but I think it will be like the scaling model at the end of the year, when we'll like we will like grow up, and we first at the beginning we must like do ourselves the experiences, but at the end, so at the end of the year on the roadmap, when all the stuff will be like grew up a lot, we're like doing like a marketplace. We'll with a huge designer, architect, community talents, all the artistic part and tech part, and on the other side there will be like brands, communities who want to do experiences on the center of the map. So there will be like a offer, demand, and we'll like match all together to like scale the model, and build more and more experiences. So it will be the idea. So yes, you can join my Discord to like to brainstorm all together if we have time. And when I will like show some previews, show some all that stuff, and maybe at the end of the month I will open to other people, but I want to be like friends and family first, to build like a strong one. So that is the idea.
And just hello everyone, Robert talking. Just for to know what happened at the beginning. Darby was here and she left. Why? I didn't get that part because I was.
She had a meeting. I think she had to leave. They basically, she only had 1 hour, and she had to leave. So she ran it for the first hour, and she said we can close it or we can just keep going for a few more minutes, like, you know, so someone else can take over. So she had to leave.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, that's why we're still going. At the start, we spoke a little bit about the party, the upcoming the party at VCon. So are you going to come to the VCon?
Yes, sure.
Okay, yeah. So there's so the information, some on Discord already, but there's a party. I think it's like $125 a ticket for the Hawks. The event is booked. The date and time is booked. So there'll be more. I think some more details, and that's going to be hashed out as well.
It's 125. Is that?
I think that's what they said. Yeah. Is that right?
Okay.
About that.
I don't know. I will check on. It's on Discord, right? On
Discord, there's the info on it. But yeah, so that's probably the big one, and trying to just do some event coordination for that. And then I was just sort of we're just talking shit about book games and our business, and a bit of sort of self intros, and or talking about what we're up to, what we're doing, what's going on with each person. So how about yourself, Robert? what's been going on with you this past week? Any news like in your life or NFTs or business?
The question is for who? Sorry.
Well, for you. I think everyone's going around.
Yes. Okay. No problem. Basically, what update? What I would say. Not that much. Basically, me, what I'm up to, I try to create content around NFT stuff, and so I try to gather information. You know, it's like making a creation of information. You know, so I try to find out some territories. And after be able to find what is the big information that need to be shared. Basically, it's what I'm up to right now. You know, I'm making this kind of content. I'm making some interviews. So it's what I'm up to. And after an NFT project, I'm not so. The only project that I'm up to right now, it's a VeeFriends. I don't watch that much project. I'm on a lot of Discord server, but I don't engage that much. I'm only engaged on VeeFriends.
VeeFriends, yeah. Well, for your content curation? Is that on YouTube you do it, or Instagram, or what's your platform?
It's on there is on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and I do also TikTok.
What's your YouTube channel?
It's at if you search Robert Nelta, I'm going to put that here. I can put the link.
Yeah, type it in. I'll check it out. That and your TikTok as well. I just joined TikTok very recently, so
you have amazing videos on it.
Yeah.
So that it's LinkedIn. So I just share the link on LinkedIn. There is more content on it, and where is
this is my TikTok streams. Oh, yeah.
It's the feed.
Yeah, that's my feed. Yeah, no, that's not me. That's my feed.
You do know, like, the feed is based off the person. So you keep on showing it, they're gonna think that you're following that stuff. You have to start following real estate stuff so that you can get an idea of, like.
But then I'm gonna lose that stuff.
No, I know.
I'm gonna have people like myself and Gal on there, or I can have Japanese girls going. So, yeah, there's a reason I moved to this country.
Yeah.
It's
honestly, even if you look at the Japanese TikTok feed and find what's actually good versus what sucks and re-share it in the American feed, I feel like that can also be something, because especially add subtitles or something to build your following.
Yeah, I mean, I like my focus, what I'm gonna do with that, like, apart from at the start, I'm just gonna get some, like, just my own personal, like, family stuff to get used to it, but it's gonna be just focused on my Japanese real estate. So it's really, my clients are local clients, long-term foreign residents in Tokyo that are looking to buy a home. So I don't need to just grow followers. It's not followers. It's very much real estate and real estate tours of properties in Tokyo. I think that's sufficient. Changing, getting other people's content, and just adding value to a demographic that's, like, someone else's content is that's not the space I want to occupy.
Got it. I don't know, like, if it could tie into your content, right? So, like, let's say it's like local restaurants, if you follow them, or like, even people like bloggers or whatever that would visit places in your neighborhood. You follow them, you like their stuff, so that, like, when people are moving to that neighborhood that you're in, they can see, oh, this restaurant's here, and this person, like, shot some content of why this restaurant's good, and it gives them more incentive to kind of want to buy your property now, because you have the whole neighborhood in your hand because you're following that whole neighborhood.
Yeah. I think, like, so in the US they do that because you get lots of listing, agents, so going, correct me if I'm wrong, but you try to get listings. Right, agents in the US, like, a lot of your business, you're trying to get listings mostly, because once you get a listing, you're guaranteed that commission, right? Whereas in my case, I don't want any listings. I don't care listings. I don't actually like getting listings. I like getting buyers. So I get buyers to stick with me, and I'll sell them a property. So I can just go to any property. I can get unlimited content just by doing showings of any property. Just getting the keys and getting access to it, even if it's not my listing, and doing that. I think there's so much content I know that I can create before I need to start doing secondary type content to build up on that. Okay. There's so much core content I have available.
For the real estate content that you want to make, what do you think that would look like?
Well, let's before I was trying to jump back to Robert.
Yes,
with him. Yeah, he just linked his YouTube and his LinkedIn. So I want to sort of just suss out what you're doing. Daily NFT curation. So is it mostly for it's in French? Or
yes, there is so that's part of an issue that I have, so my audience is going to be French. Mm-hmm. And so I'm working with English people for the content creation. And so when I give French material to the team, there is the language is not native for them, and so it's difficult to create content. So I have to do like a two-step process where I shoot the thing in English to be able to understand, to have a good transcribing, to be able to make a content in English, to translate it in French. So it's why there is French and English. But without this issue, there will be only French content on whatever channel.
Okay. I'm looking at your channel. How long have you been doing this? It's very new. 36
since the beginning of this year.
Okay, yeah. So there's joined 20. Yeah, so 3 weeks.
No, beginning of the year. Since January. So
okay.
Like
well,
2 months.
Well, your YouTube, it says joined February 22nd.
Strange.
So okay, but anyway, like 1 or 2 months is kind of the same thing in YouTube land.
Yes,
it's actually last year. It's 21.
Oh, 2020. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. My bad. You're right.
I just noticed too.
Yeah.
And you, what about you on your wall?
Sorry, me?
He's asking
no, I was. Yes, it's a general question.
Sorry, what's the question?
What are you up to since last week?
Really good French.
Yeah, I'm recovering from COVID.
Oh yes.
We've got a COVID household, so yeah, I'm just recovering from that. Trying to figure out TikTok, making some more videos. Trying to just my goal is just to start making some content, and learn how to use the application, learn how to use the platform. I have lots of content I can create. So my action item for the call we had last time with Wilson and Darby was to just make at least 10 videos, even just save them to draft, but just become familiar with how to use TikTok, how to use the platform, physically do it. So that's my focus. But just with everyone being at home and all like 3 kids being at home, all with COVID, with COVID, and we can't leave the house. It's been challenging.
Yes,
so,
for sure.
But we're recovering, so it's good.
And did you consume TikTok? Did you
I just joined.
Consume the thing.
Yeah, I just signed up for it very recently.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm very new to TikTok as well. So that's why I'm learning the platform.
So yes, I would recommend you to browse, just to see what kind of content it's going on the platform.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it. So like I said, because I'm in Japan, when I just signed up, it's all just Japanese Japanese girls singing and dancing. So that's what I've been spending most of my time watching. So
yes.
Cool.
So basically, you want to do a real estate. So if I understood well, you try to create content to teach how to sell property or how to.
Oh no, I'm a real estate agent. So basically, I want to find clients in Tokyo. So people that want to buy a house, they can call me. So if I do just videos of showing houses in Tokyo, then people who want to buy a house in Tokyo, oh, this guy speaks English. He knows how to buy a house in Tokyo. He seems like a nice guy. Let's call him.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't talk Japanese.
I speak Japanese, but you know, if it's a Japanese family, they'll use a Japanese real estate agent.
Oh, okay. I don't know the market.
In Japan, everyone speaks, like, it all speaks Japanese, right? So my advantage is I speak English.
Get it.
So it's only necessary for you. A lot of foreigners can speak some Japanese, but not fluently, not enough to do real estate transactions and real estate deals. So basically, people that want to buy a house are looking for agents that speak English. And that's me.
Makes sense.
Because a lot of agents don't speak English. So that's my niche.
How long did you do that? Are you on the real estate field?
About 6 or 7 years now.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, but in Japan for like 20 years.
I would love to see Japan. It was on my dream. Have you ever skied there? I'm sure, but
yeah, I was there like 3 weeks ago.
I saw the videos. You know, I love surfing, snowboarding, skiing, and I saw the videos on the Japan mountains. It was so dope on YouTube. So I need to be there.
Like fucking. So yeah, just the powder, man, is phenomenal. Wow,
We have like a lot of stuff to do in French as well, but I want to discover a new country while skiing, snowboarding, and I will meet you there like I think next year. I want to do a road trip when maybe next year.
At some point.
Yeah,
I will do it.
Yeah, like I mean, there's. How do you see that?
Damn! Wow, it's you?
Yeah. There's just like lots. There's just so much powder.
Wow, my dream.
So yeah, it's like I hear like the mountains aren't too high, not like the Alps you have in Europe. The mountains aren't too high, but there's just so much deep, dry snow. So do you like snowboarding?
Yeah, I was skiing like for 20 years. I'm 23, but I'm skiing like from the beginning of my life. But snowboarding since like for 3-4 years now. Okay. So but I prefer snowboarding now because I love surfing. I surf a lot. I will as well, like for 10 years. I don't know if you surf as well, but
I'm just trying. My wife's getting more into surfing. I tried. I'm not very good. So when we go to the beach, I'll try. I can't really stand up.
Yeah, but if you used to snowboard, so I think it will be okay for you to surf.
It's catching the wave and standing up. Because snowboarding is easy because it's easy to practice because you don't have to catch a wave.
Yeah,
you can just stand up.
Yeah,
and I think if I'm standing up on the board, I can probably balance okay. Once I'm up, it's okay. But it's a whole getting up and popping up, the whole pattern, and you need to do it with the timing and the wave. There's so much more aspects you need to balance versus snowboarding. So snowboarding is easy to practice because you just need to stand up and practice balancing.
You don't have to catch the mountains.
yeah, exactly right. But yeah, no, man. If you like that, just the powder they got, the big runs, nice carved. It's fantastic.
Definitely ski together one time.
Yeah, come. You do it. And even from Tokyo, can do some day trips. So I take my kids, I pull them out of school sometimes, and we leave like 7 a.m. in the morning. We're back home by like 6 or 7 p.m. at night. And we do a day trip on the bullet train out to the things. Cost like $100 round trip, $120 round trip.
So nice.
It's really good, yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to go. It's 2:30 a.m. So
yeah.
2 a.m. for you, yes. Okay, no problem.
yeah, cool. All right, so yeah. Okay, cool. Good talking to you. Nice meeting you, Robert.
Bye. See you.
Hey, guys.
See you, man.
Comment tu vas?
Ça va? On va passer en français, il n'y a plus de...
How are you doing, man?
Non, ça va. Hein. Toi, t'es toujours aux US, là?
Ouais, je suis toujours aux US. Bah, de toute façon, je pars fin avril. Et là, c'est un peu exciting. Je viens de... Bah là, du coup, t'étais pas là, mais je vais te le repartager, du coup. Mais ça avance plutôt pas mal. Je vais te montrer un peu l'avancée.
Vous avez commencé à quelle heure, du coup?
Il y a 9h.
9h, c'est-à-dire...
Ah mais oui, mais parce qu'il y a 8 heures de décalage par rapport à la France maintenant et plus 9h. Ou plus 6 heures, enfin il y a un truc, il y a 1 heure de décalage.
Ouais, donc il y a 26 minutes.
On a comment? Non, il y a 1h26.
Ah, ok, j'avais pas... Ok, moi je croyais que c'était... Ok, j'avais pas vu que c'était... que ça avait commencé plus tôt.
D'accord. Il y a 1 heure de décalage, je crois.
Ok. Bon. Ok. J'avais pas vu qu'il y avait un...
Je sais pas si tu vois, ça commence à prendre forme un peu le hub.
Non. Mais ça, je crois que je l'avais vu la dernière fois.
Non, il rajoute des trucs là. On ne t'avait pas vu.
Ouais.
Ou alors je t'ai montré.
Ah oui, la végétation, ouais. Non, oui, effectivement, il n'y avait pas. Ouais, ok. Ouais, c'est vrai que ça fait très. Ça fait propre, quoi.
Bah, surtout qu'en fait.
Propre, futuriste.
Notre business model, en fait, c'est un premier proof of concept. Notre business model, c'est en fait à chaque fois le hub, il va se transformer au fil des expériences, en fait. Alors si une marque ou une communauté ou n'importe qui veut faire son expérience et que tout le monde y aille, parce qu'en fait, ça va être une espèce de... C'est comme un stade, entre guillemets, mais en fait, tu auras le lieu expérientiel au milieu et tout autour, tu auras les lands des gens qui auront accès à toutes les expériences et après, à terme, pourront leur intérieur et qui, eux aussi, pourront faire ce qu'on appelle des before, des after l'expérience. Bon, ça sera plutôt après, mais dans un premier temps, ça sera vraiment ces personnes qui ont ces lands pourront avoir accès à ce lieu qui se transformera à chaque fois, en fait. En fonction de l'expérience. Donc là, c'est un premier proof of concept. Et en fonction de chaque expérience, il va être remodélisé à chaque fois, quoi.
C'est pas mal, c'est bien.
Donc ça
et du coup, ça sur la partie levée de fonds, là, ça donne quoi?
Bah, du coup, en fait, on est levé de fonds, c'est hyper long. Genre vraiment, on n'avait pas, enfin, si on a anticipé, mais je veux dire, en fait, au niveau de, c'est sur l'augmentation de capital, ça dure, en fait, ça dure 2-3 mois des levées de fonds, en fait. Donc, enfin, on continue toujours, donc on va lever des fonds. Enfin, on continue à lever des fonds, mais je veux dire, le temps que tout le monde vienne, tout le monde signe, les trucs avec les paperasses avec l'avocat, je pense qu'on aura la levée, la fin en avril, tu vois. Donc c'est un peu tard. Donc en fait, enfin c'est un peu tard. Je veux dire, c'est pas un peu tard, mais je veux dire, par rapport à notre avancée, faut qu'on débloque. Faut qu'on débloque avant. Donc en fait.
Et là, du coup, les fonds, ils seraient nécessaires pour quoi? Parce que là, vous êtes déjà une quinzaine.
On est une quinzaine. En gros, là, c'était les fonds, ils sont. Enfin, là, c'était ma trésor perso, enfin les trésors des fondateurs.
D'accord.
Ma trésor, la trésor et aussi du love money. Donc nos parents, nos amis, etc. Ouais. Et en fait, on va faire pour justement. Parce que cette levée, elle servira justement pour faire les prochaines expériences, etc. pour les premières expériences, on pense faire des passes OG, tu vois, 200 passes à 0,2, genre un truc 200 passes pour les OG, et qu'on va lancer la DSN prochaine. Et comme ça, ça nous permet. Tu m'entends ou pas? Ah oui. Ça nous permet de continuer la machine et de combler ce BFR de la levée de fonds qui est classique, qui est assez lente, quoi. Et ça permet aussi justement à ceux qui nous soutiennent du début, tu vois, les early believers, d'avoir accès. De toute façon, c'est de OG, donc il y aura accès à la LEND en avant-première. Donc il y aura tu auras ta terre déjà, tu auras toutes les nouvelles features, tous les événements, plus tous les ressorts du Web3, quoi. Et il n'y en aura que 200, donc tu vois, ça nous permet d'avancer bien vite. Ça nous permet de construire quelque chose de bien en attendant justement la levée qui arrivera en avril, quoi. Enfin, la fin de la levée qui arrivera en avril. Parce qu'avec tout le monde, en plus, avec la guerre les guerres en Ukraine, les investisseurs, ils ont plus, ils doutent, enfin, pas qu'ils doutent, mais je veux dire, ils sont plus lents, ils attendent, des avocats, machin.
Ils sont plus méfiants, c'est ça?
C'est pas qu'ils sont plus méfiants, mais c'est qu'ils préfèrent attendre, ils préfèrent voir. Enfin, c'est vraiment les investisseurs classiques. C'est vraiment un investissement classique, quoi. En fait, toutes les levées prennent 3 mois à être faites parce qu'il y a des allers-retours avec les avocats, les machins, et en fait, ça te prend de l'énergie alors que ça ne devrait pas, en fait. Enfin, ça te prend de l'énergie alors que tu devrais être concentré sur le produit, sur qu'est-ce que tu fais, qu'est-ce que tu produis, qu'est-ce que tu vends, etc. Et les investisseurs, les classiques, je te parle, hein, pas Web3, mais classiques, ils sont en mode oui, il faut que j'en parle à ma femme, il faut que j'en parle à mon associé, il faut que tu vois machin, après, c'est peut-être plus français, tu vois, mais je veux dire, c'est crevant, quoi. Donc voilà, ça avance de son côté, mais on préfère dans un premier temps faire 200 passes, tu vois, à 0,2 pour ceux qui, je veux dire, ceux qui sont là dès le début et qui nous soutiennent, tu vois, et continuer à lever après, quoi. Enfin, je veux dire, qui suit son cours, mais la terminer pour pas qu'on soit à court et qu'on puisse délivrer ce qu'on veut délivrer, quoi.
D'accord. Et aujourd'hui, vous avez un gros pool d'investisseurs? En
termes de classique?
Je veux dire, en fait, ceux qui vous financent, enfin, ceux qui ont investi dans le projet.
Là, du coup, on était parti sur un investissement classique, donc ça, on en a une dizaine. Donc en vrai, ça va, tu vois. Après, c'est des dizaines, plus il y ait beaucoup, plus après les term sheets, elles prennent du temps. Donc c'est vraiment des administrations, quoi, des administratifs. C'est vraiment ça le point à chaque fois qui prend du temps, quoi, parce que les avocats, à chaque fois, les deux, ils prennent du temps. C'est une semaine par-ci, une semaine par-là. T'en as un autre après. Il y en a un qui veut mettre plus, un autre qui veut mettre moins. Enfin, des levées de fonds classiques, quoi.
D'accord. Mais quand tu dis levée de fonds, quand tu dis classique et Web3, en fait, tu parles en gros de faire le pass, c'est ça? Ou c'est autre chose que tu veux?
Non. En fait, le pass, ça sera vraiment pour les early. Donc là, voilà, j'ai ouvert mon Discord. Je l'ai créé ce matin, là. D'ailleurs, je peux te l'envoyer.
Non, mais ce que je veux dire, c'est que quand la distinction que tu fais entre un investisseur classique et investisseur Web3, c'est quoi la différence?
Ah bah non, mais Web3, c'est classique, c'est vente de NFT. Enfin, je veux dire, c'est avec tous les ressorts du Web3, Terre. Enfin, tu as ta terre, accès aux événements, le NFT.
La vente, ok, d'accord, la vente d'actifs, quoi. La vente d'actifs, le smart contract,
exact.
les royalties, etc.
C'est vraiment ça. Et après, les investisseurs classiques, c'est en BSA, c'est va dire des investisseurs stratégiques qui mettent dans la boîte et qui prennent de l'equity, quoi. Dire c'est un truc classique, quoi.
Ok.
Dire c'est en BSA, c'est des investisseurs privés, c'est pas des fonds. Donc voilà. Un peu.
Et là, du coup, toi, tu es tout seul là à San Francisco?
Non, je suis avec mon associé tech et du coup, l'autre associé qui est plus loi de l'urbanisme, donc celui qui est un peu maître de tout ce qui est artistique sur la métaverse, lui, il est à Paris avec les artistes.
D'accord.
Les artistes, les autres mecs tech. On a aussi un à Londres, un ami aussi en Roumanie, qui est l'ami de ma copine, c'est lui qui fait tous les designs. Je le kiffe. Il est impressionnant.
D'accord.
Et du coup, et voilà, c'est Paris, Londres, San Francisco et Roumanie.
Ok.
Donc voilà un peu.
Ça se passe bien là, c'est l'incubateur dans lequel vous êtes.
Ah oui, l'incubateur, oui, enfin ça c'est les cours, du coup, ouais, c'est un incubateur, il nous donne des conseils, c'est les profs, c'est cool, il nous donne justement, il nous donne aussi accès à des investisseurs, mais ça c'est plus BSA classique, parce qu'en vrai, on est quand même early dans tout ce qui est Web3, donc c'est pour ça que eux, ils n'ont pas encore l'aspect Web3, royalties, MetaMask, ils savent pas trop comment ça marche, quoi. Donc c'est cool, mais voilà, c'est des trucs qui prennent énormément de temps, quoi.
Donc du coup, quand vous pitchiez en fait le projet pour des investisseurs classiques, en gros, il y a toute une phase où vous devez décortiquer en gros c'est quoi le Web3 avant de parler du projet.
Voilà, c'est ça. Et en fait, il y a toujours cette barrière. C'est pour ça que c'est aussi compliqué parce qu'on est vraiment dans un truc nouveau. C'est qu'en fait, aussi, les investisseurs classiques qu'on a, on ne sait pas à quel point ils sont avancés dans le Web3. Si on doit tout repartir du début en mode, alors le Web 1, c'est ça, le Web 2, c'est ça, le Web 3, c'est ça. Ou alors, en fait, il est déjà un peu au fait, mais pas trop. Donc, on peut commencer et l'investisseur peut se dire, non, mais c'est bon, ça, je sais, il me prend pour un con, le petit, là.
Oui.
Alors qu'en fait, nous, on ne sait pas. Donc, en fait, c'est un pitch qu'on doit réadapter à chaque fois parce qu'en fonction de la personne, c'est pas un business, c'est pas un business e-commerce, un SaaS, ou alors il y a une formule free, premium et standard. C'est assez challengeant de pitcher tout ça. Mais bon, ça me forme, hein. Je veux dire, ça t'apprend beaucoup de choses, tu te confrontes à tous les invests. Tu te fais aussi un réseau, donc, de rien. Donc non, c'est pas non plus dérangeant, mais je veux dire, moi j'aimerais vraiment me focuser sur le produit, sur qu'est-ce que je donne, enfin qu'est-ce que je produis, quoi, au lieu de parler à des invests qui me redirigent vers leur femme puis leur fils, quoi. Non, mais c'est ça, je te jure.
Ok.
Tous les investisseurs classiques, ils sont en mode alors, faut que tu parles à machin, c'est mon meilleur pote, on investit toujours ensemble. Sauf que lui, du coup, il va te donner un rendez-vous dans une semaine. Après, parce qu'il n'est pas à dispo cette semaine. Après, tu as l'autre qui dit ouais, mais je veux que tu parles à machin parce que c'est un pro du Web3, donc j'ai envie que tu lui parles pour machin. Donc, tu attends une semaine. C'est toujours comme ça. Donc, ça prend du temps. Ça va se finir. Je pense que ça va se finir en avril, mais ça prend du temps, quoi. Donc, on préfère faire d'abord construire, tu vois, un bon socle par rapport au produit. C'est pour ça que le Discord, là, ça va être le déclencheur de feedback, de comment construire, qu'est-ce que les gens veulent, les expériences, etc. Pour vraiment construire un truc, un bon socle, parce que je vais pas attendre la bonne humeur des invests pour finir mon proof of concept, tu vois. Parce que c'est pas eux qui définissent le proof of concept, c'est vraiment les users, quoi.
Et là, du coup, les users, tu as déjà plus ou moins des prospects en tête?
Ça va être les users, c'est soit les clients des brands, soit les Web3 users, communauté, etc.
Mais dans les deux cas, tu dois avoir quelqu'un qui… Parce qu'au final, toi, c'est comme si tu es une plateforme. On peut dire en gros que tu es une plateforme. Et donc,
oui, mais le premier événement, c'est nous qui le faisons. Je veux dire, là, on est en train de faire la première expérience de notre côté.
D'accord.
En fait, justement, c'est pas dérangeant parce que si au début, c'est nous qui allons faire l'expérience, donc c'est vraiment notre marque qui va le faire. Et après, tu auras une expérience au début tous les mois parce que c'est challengeant à faire, et après toutes les semaines, après tous les jours. Et en fait, ça se fera comme ça, quoi.
Ok. Moi, ça, je te dis, je maîtrise pas trop la partie métaverse tech. Donc, du coup, je maîtrise pas trop le côté, ce qui est nécessaire, en fait. Ce qui est nécessaire, ce qu'il faut, quelles sont les ressources qu'il faut, quelles sont les adhérences, quels sont les trucs où tu es à la limite, tu vois. Tous ces trucs-là, je suis pas trop à l'aise sur la partie métaverse.
Bah, en fait, je vais te faire un peu le process dans la team. Donc, on va dire, il y a Joseph. Donc, Joseph et Ilias, c'est mes deux associés. Donc, Joseph, il est toute la partie artistique métaverse et Ilias, c'est toute la partie tech. Donc, d'abord, tu as tous les artistes qui vont faire les prototypes, tout ce qui est prototype. Donc, Joseph va dire ce qu'il veut, etc. Après, tu as Mihai, donc celui qui va créer tout le design sur Cinema 4D, ça s'appelle. Donc, c'est une plateforme pour créer justement ces lieux expérientiels, donc spatial designer.
Ouais.
Ensuite, une fois que tu as cette partie design qui est faite, tu as Dove qui va la transférer sur Unreal Engine. Donc, il va transférer sur le serveur, en gros, le serveur Metaverse. Donc, il y a toute une partie en fait où il va prendre les assets, c'est compatible, hein. Il doit prendre ces assets-là et les mettre, on va dire, avec du code, etc., sur la partie Metaverse. Et après, une fois que tout ça est transféré sur Unreal Engine, tu as Nobila, donc, qui est justement le senior développeur sur Unreal Engine. Donc, c'est lui qui va coder toutes les expériences, comment tu vas bouger, comment la feuille, comment le vent va tourner, etc. Donc, tu as lui qui va coder tout ça sur Unreal. Et du coup, quand tu vas rentrer dedans, que ce soit sur un computer au début, puis après en VR, tu pourras avoir accès à tous ces éléments d'expérience, etc., quoi. Donc, c'est vraiment une chaîne, vraiment une chaîne, quoi. Donc, on a tout, c'est-à-dire tout ce qu'il faut. Donc, ça, c'est cool parce que justement, toute la partie Unreal, c'est quand même rare à trouver. Et maintenant, on produit. Là, du coup, on est à la phase Mihai qui nous fait tout le hub. Donc, après, tu auras Dove et Nobila qui vont transférer ça sur Unreal et faire les expériences.
D'accord. Et du coup, la partie hébergement, c'est fait sur des infra Web 2?
C'est fait sur des fermes de rendu. Alors, sur des fermes de rendu, en fait, c'est des ordinateurs qui sont hyper puissants, on les transfère là-bas. Et en fait, quand nous, on peut l'utiliser sur Mac ou sur un PC non puissant, ça va être possible parce que ça sera une sorte de… Alors, là, je suis moins en maîtrise de ça, mais ça va être… En fait, tu seras comme en streaming par rapport à l'autre ordi qui est puissant. Donc, en fait, ça va tourner sur ton Mac.
Ce que je veux dire, c'est que l'infra qui tourne, c'est considéré comme de l'infra Web 2 ou c'est considéré comme de l'infra Web 3?
Bah, l'infra, c'est des ordinateurs puissants. Donc, si on va mettre un Connect Wallet, donc on peut dire que c'est de l'infra Web 3, tu vois. Mais ça va être sur des ordinateurs.
Le côté, c'est en gros, toi, quand tu prends le service, chez un sort de Google ou un truc comme ça?
C'est sur AWS, c'est des AWS, c'est comme Amazon, ça va être sur des infra au début Web 2 parce que je crois que ça n'existe pas encore.
Ouais, d'accord, ok.
Mais bon, de toute façon, la technologie va évoluer au fil du temps, donc on s'adaptera.
Non, oui, non, mais c'est pour ça que je pose la question, parce qu'en fait, moi, je suis, tu vois, c'est comme si quelqu'un qui est nouveau sur MetaMask, etc. Bah là, sur la partie Metaverse, j'ai pas assez creusé. Donc, du coup, c'est pour ça que je pose ces questions. C'est en gros vraiment de savoir en fait ce qu'il y a derrière sous le capot, quoi.
Ouais, mais c'est pour ça qu'en fait, parce qu'on a aussi les barrières technologiques au début, c'est que comme c'est sur des fermes de rendu, etc., il faut les payer, etc. Et du coup, c'est pour ça qu'au début, notre métavers sera ouvert que pour les expériences et après, elle sera fermée jusqu'à la fin. Parce que sinon, ça nous coûte. Sinon, on est une boîte déficitaire dès le début, quoi.
Oui, je comprends. Et d'ailleurs, en fait, question, est-ce que tu sais qui serait le sorte de concurrent Web3 de AWS pour cette partie-là? Tu sais s'il y a déjà des acteurs dans l'écosystème qui se positionnent sur ça?
Je peux pas dire. J'ai pas le côté concurrent sur AWS. On a pris le plus simple pour l'instant. Après, je pense que c'est des choses qu'on peut modifier facilement en fonction de ce qui arrive sur le marché. C'est sûr que parce que là, c'est nous qui devons faire le Wallet Connect, tu vois. sur le serveur. Parce que forcément, comme on est une boîte Web3, forcément, on va faire le Wallet Connect pour tous ceux qui aient le pass, ils rentrent et ils profitent de l'expérience. Mais après, ça serait cool que ce soit direct Web3, quoi. Web3 friendly et qu'on n'ait pas à faire tous ces Big Mac à faire pour avoir l'expérience, quoi.
Par exemple, tu vois, c'est du Sandbox Decentraland.
Attends, je t'entends pas. Je t'entends pas.
Là, tu m'entends?
Ouais.
Yes. Non, oui, je te demandais, est-ce que tout ce qui est, comment ça s'appelle? Decentraland, Sandbox, la partie hébergement, tu sais sur quoi c'est fait?
Non, là, je pourrais pas te dire sur
Non.
son Centraland. Mais je pense que c'est du Web 2 aussi, hein. Mais voilà.
Ok.
Mais après, pour l'instant, je pense que les Web3 sont pas assez développés parce qu'on est quand même Facebook, là, on a eu des insights comme quoi ils sont en galère. Enfin, pas, ils sont en galère parce qu'ils veulent faire un truc à la Facebook, pas un truc big dès le départ. Et comme c'est pas possible, c'est pour ça que nous, on a pris l'effet inverse. Ils sont en mode qu'est-ce qu'on fait ils vont pas sortir un truc très vite, quoi. Donc c'est pour ça qu'il y a aussi une énorme place à se prendre pour build quelque chose de communautaire et que Facebook ne puisse pas nous l'enlever, quoi.
Ok.
C'est important aussi. Ouais.
Les limitations, tu me disais que c'est en gros, c'est par rapport au débit internet, c'est ça?
Ouais.
C'est en gros pour avoir plus le truc est grand finalement, et plus il faudrait avoir une connexion temps réel et à haut débit.
C'est ça. Et aussi, il faudrait la 9G pour que.
9G?
Ouais. Au début. Mais si c'est un truc énorme, en fait. C'est pour ça que les Facebook ou même les autres, si c'est pas petit. Enfin, petit, on s'entend, hein, 2 km², ça va. Mais je veux dire, si c'est un truc énorme de la taille de Paris ou de Londres, c'est un truc que pour l'instant, les gens, on peut pas. C'est une barrière technologique.
D'accord. Ok. Ouais, faut que je m'intéresse. Pour quelqu'un qui aimerait en fait se documenter assez rapidement, tu aurais un endroit où c'est une documentation ou quelque chose que tu recommanderais?
Je vais demander à mon associé tech qui, je pense, a dû diguer beaucoup plus la partie AWS, etc. Donc, si tu veux, je peux lui demander. Comme ça, je t'envoie dans la foulée le lien, qu'il a dû voir pour se renseigner.
Ok. All right. Et du coup, fin avril. Là, du coup, là où tu es, c'est tout ce que tu fais en fait, c'est sur tes. C'est en gros, c'est toi qui sors tout ça de ta poche.
Ouais.
Donc, parce que là, du coup, tu vas rester à 2 mois, 2 mois aux US.
Je reste jusqu'à fin avril, ouais. Et après, je rentre à Paris. Mais de toute façon, le programme est fait pour être full-time dessus, tu vois. Donc c'est pas ça va. Et sinon, en termes de trésor, comment on va avancer, tu vois, il y aura les 200 passes qu'on va sortir là. Tu vois, on va commencer là. Le Discord, je l'ai ouvert ce matin. On va commencer à ramener Friends and Family, tu vois. Genre vraiment une strong team, une strong racine pour développer l'arbre. Et donc, tu vois, après ces 200, on aura aussi la levée qui va se faire avec des gens stratégiques dans tout ce qui est fashion, dans tout ce qui est luxe, etc. Et après, on fera forcément en avril, soit mai en fonction. Le drop des lends. Donc les LAN autour du hub et la première expérience dans la foulée, quoi.
D'accord.
Donc voilà un peu la roadmap. Et après c'est construction de tous les intérieurs sur les terres avec un build and drop, tu vois, pour que les gens se customisent leur intérieur facilement et enfin leur intérieur, leur lieu facilement.
Ouais,
et aussi la prochaine expérience qui va être de mise avec une marque avec qui on est en pourparlers là, pour une marque fashion pour faire le prochain, ou plutôt une gala, soit de l'art, soit une marque fashion. On verra.
Ok. Ouais, donc il y a déjà vous avez déjà un peu la roadmap, quoi. Vous savez où vous allez, vous savez un peu qui vous voulez cibler, vous avez plus ou moins balisé les prochaines, enfin au moins le 2022, quoi.
Ouais, step by step, comme vraiment on veut pas, tu vois, c'est parce que là tu vois tous les projets qui survendent, enfin c'est un peu nimp quand on sait les limites technologiques qu'il y a derrière. Donc quand on est un tout petit peu, tu vois, il y avait un projet qui était en mode 8888 villas ultra machin à 0,88. Enfin, je sais pas si tu as vu le truc.
Non, c'était quoi le nom?
C'est MetaMansions. Mais c'est un truc, en fait, c'est une métaverse Kali, mais ça s'apparente. En gros, ils survendent tellement que ça en devient pas crédible, parce que c'est un truc qu'on peut build, mais qu'on peut pas build en 3 semaines, quoi. Tu vois.
Oui, ok.
Donc, quand on sait tous ces limites, c'est mieux de faire step by step, tu vois, de faire les passes, la première expérience avec les OG, voir ce qui va, les retours, le feedback. Après, faire le drop des terres et faire la première expérience, parce que de toute façon, avant, il y aura quand même une démo, hein, parce que il y aura quand même une démo, les gens ils pourront rentrer dans le hub, etc. Faire le drop, faire l'expérience, et après, avoir la première expérience avec les marques, construire les intérieurs, construire le bid and tool pour que chacun puisse customiser sa baraque en fonction des expériences. Et ensuite créer, pour scaler, créer la marketplace avec les designers et les architectes d'un autre côté, et les marques et les communautés de l'autre, pour que ça fasse un mix and match, et que nous, après, ça soit un modèle scalable.
Ouais, oui, bien sûr, ouais, que ce soit une plateforme. Et qu'après, derrière, vous êtes... Ok.
Donc voilà.
Ah, c'est pas mal, hein. Et là, du coup, le business model, ce business model, en fait, vous vous inspirez de ce qu'il y a déjà sur le marché? Ou c'est plus ou moins, en fait, ce que je veux dire, c'est le côté, enfin, ce que tu viens de m'expliquer là, c'est quelque chose qui existe déjà sur le marché, ou c'est quelque chose que le business model là que tu viens de décrire?
Les passes et
ça, je sais que ça existe, mais après le côté, en fait, de créer comme une sorte de marketplace entre deux avatars, ça c'est un truc qui existe aujourd'hui?
Le Voxel Sandbox le fait un peu, mais c'est plus marketplace que nous. C'est vraiment c'est comme des appels d'offres, tu vois. Genre la marque, elle veut construire une méga expérience dans le hub. Tu auras des architectes de renom super forts en 3D et des designers et des Unreal Engine Engineers, ça va matcher la demande, et boum, après ils vont faire l'expérience, et tous les landowners, parce que le but à terme, c'est que les landowners, ils aient accès à toutes les expériences, ils aient un peu comme des tickets tout le temps, et après, tu as tous les ressorts du Web3 qui existent, tu peux louer, tu peux faire venir des personnes, tu peux louer ta baraque parce que tu l'auras custom pour l'événement. Enfin, tu vois, les landowners, la communauté sera le plus important, et c'est eux qui bénéficieront le plus de tout ce qui se fait là, tu vois, de toutes les expériences, de tous les marques qui vont venir, ou les gens qui vont acheter des tickets pour avoir les expériences, quoi.
D'accord. Ok.
Parce qu'une fois que tu as ta land, tu as accès à tout à vie. Donc imagine, au début, on aura une expérience par mois. Donc au début, tu auras les tickets que tu pourras revendre, tu pourras ta baraque que tu pourras louer, etc. pour l'expérience. Imagine, tu es proche du hub, tu es plus exposable, un peu comme un match NBA, tu vois. Plus comme un fashion show, plus tu es prêt, plus c'est valuable. Oui. Donc après, tu peux louer, mais imagine à terme, c'est ce qu'on veut faire. C'est au début, on fera une par mois, et après, quand on va scaler le modèle, ça fera une par semaine, et après, une par jour. Et limite, après, il y en aura tout le temps, quoi. Une par heure, ça sera vraiment… donc, t'imagines quand tu es land honneur et donc tu as une terre et que tu peux louer tes tickets à vie parce que tu as une expérience t'as une expérience qui te plaît pas forcément. Imagine, tu es fan de foot et là, tu as un fashion show. Tu t'en fous un peu, bah, tu loues à quelqu'un qui est fan de fashion et du coup, toi, tu te fais du revenu passif tout le temps, quoi.
Ok. Ok. Est-ce qu'il y a une notion de supply? Est-ce qu'à un moment donné, vous allez définir un max supply?
C'est ça. Bah, du coup, on est en train de définir la map déjà. Donc, la map qui sera un peu, tu vois, le hub au centre et il y aura toutes les terres autour en forme de rond. Donc, la supply va dépendre de la capacité qu'on peut à le faire vraiment sur Unreal. Tu vois, donc, si on part sur 2 km², en fonction de la taille des landes, on partirait sur une supply, tu vois, elle est à définir entre 6 et 15 000 petites terres. Et en fonction des terres, plus c'est prêt, plus on a envie de faire des grosses terres, forcément, parce qu'elles sont plus valuables. Bah, avoir la supply, mais ça sera une supply finie, tu vois, parce que sinon, ça prend pas de. Si à vie, la supply elle est infinie, ça prend plus de valeur le truc. Donc forcément, il y aura une supply finie, quoi.
Ok. Ok. Moi, c'est très très clair. Sur quoi vous auriez besoin d'aide, vous? Là, aujourd'hui, il y a la partie. Enfin, de ce que je comprends, il y a la partie levée de fonds classique. Donc, ça, a priori, c'est en ordre de
Là,
marche.
c'est en cours et je te dis, de toute façon, là, on veut vraiment. C'est en cours. Et de toute façon, ça bouclera en avril, mais on veut plus se focus sur ça, on veut vraiment se focus
Ouais.
sur le, tu vois.
Ok. Donc là, plus ou moins, la sorte d'aide que vous auriez besoin, c'est sur le lancement en fait de la vente des premiers passes là, enfin des
Alors,
premiers
ouais,
tokens.
des 200, en gros, on va en faire 200. On va en faire 200 à 0,2. Genre, c'est pas, je veux dire, pour être un OG dans tout ce qui va se passer. Et du coup, là, on va, dès cette semaine, je pense, le truc, ça sera prêt. Et le but, c'est de ramener, de ramener des gens qui comptent vraiment. Parce qu'on a envie de partir sur une base solide et pas prendre des bots pour le Discord. Passer sur une base solide. Et en fait, que chacun qui croit en nous, dans les believers, prenne son pass OG et qui aura accès à sa terre. Qui aura accès à tous les événements, un peu comme si tu avais pris. J'aime bien Gary qui dit toujours ces trucs, mais les 200 Mickey au début de Mickey. Mais voilà, un peu 200 passes qui nous aident à avancer sur le projet, avancer sur le produit et bien sûr de reconnaître les early adopters, quoi. Donc, c'est vraiment la vente des 200 avec l'ouverture du Discord cette semaine qui va nous permettre de bien avancer et de partir sur une base solide, tu vois.
Ok. Et donc là, j'imagine que ça va être ce que tu appelles base solide à ton niveau, ça va être les proches, les gens que vous connaissez. C'est ça que tu appelles base solide?
Base solide, c'est par exemple, c'est la communauté, les communautés auxquelles on appartient, tu vois, genre les Hawks, les VeeFriends, les World of Women, j'ai d'autres communautés NFT, Web3. C'est vraiment ces communautés-là qui veulent voir le projet aboutir et pas dans une logique de flipper. Ouais, je le prends parce que, enfin, il y a toujours cette logique forcément, mais je veux dire, il n'y a pas que ça en mode ouais, dès le reveal, je le reflip derrière et après, comme ça, je me fais 300 balles, 0,2, 0,3, tu vois. C'est vraiment une base qui croit au projet et comme ça, le Discord, il est sain, tu vois. Enfin, la communauté est saine et après, on peut scale. Si c'est 100 personnes, par exemple, si on a 200 personnes qui achètent à 0,2, qui a fait une base, ça fait une base solide. Après, les 200 personnes invitent deux amis, ça fait 400. C'est scalable. Et après, du coup, c'est scalable sur les bonnes personnes et pas sur des bots ou sur des Pakistanais qu'on aura payé sur Fiverr, quoi.
D'accord. Donc là, aujourd'hui, de ce que je comprends, tu as sur ces un VeeFriends, World of Women, j'ai pas bien retenu le premier, mais en fait dans différentes communautés, quand tu as présenté en fait le projet, il y a eu un intérêt en fait il y a eu une réponse qui montrait de l'intérêt et une attente à quand le projet est lancé, c'est ça?
bah, il y a les gens qui croient en nous veulent suivre le projet. Donc, c'est une attente qui est saine, tu vois. Donc, c'est comme c'est une participation. C'est une participation au projet, comme un early adopters aurait fait pour une startup, tu vois. C'est pas un truc NFT, reveal, flip. Voilà quoi.
Ok.
Donc hâte de voir tout ça se mettre en place, quoi.
Ouais. Et du coup, j'essaie de venir avec un truc, mais je vais te poser la question plus directement. C'est sur quoi que vous auriez besoin d'aide aujourd'hui?
Bah là, aujourd'hui, donc, ce qu'on veut, c'est gros le Discord organically, mais avec des personnes, des bonnes personnes, quoi. Je veux dire, genre toi, les Hawks, les World of Women que je connais.
C'est ça que tu disais, Hawks, ok, j'avais pas compris, ok, d'accord.
Les personnes
Non,
que j'ai
Yes, ok.
Les personnes que j'ai connues sur Twitter et qui sont hyper, on parle tous les jours parce qu'on se dit les news, etc. Tu vois, c'est ces personnes-là qui y a un rapport humain, tu vois, derrière. Et forcément, bah, si dès le départ, tu as des racines solides avec des gens que tu connais, tu as 200 personnes qui sont là et qui croient en toi et qui sont en plus dans le Web3, donc qui ont des relations, un réseau, un certain open minded, etc. Bah forcément, tu vois, ces relations, ces bases saines, elles peuvent que grandir, quoi, tu vois.
Ok.
Donc c'est vraiment là, je te dis, on va là j'ai commencé à créer le Discord. Je vais commencer à amener Friends and Family, que ce soit IRL ou virtuel ou dans les communautés, on va dire, dans lesquelles je suis.
Yes.
Et dans lequel on est, quoi. Et comme ça, après, des fins de semaine, je pourrais annoncer le mint des passes OG. Donc avec tous les perks qui arrivent, que ce soit l'accès à la land OG, quoi. Donc il y a une land près du hub, parce que ce sera les plus valuables. Toutes les nouvelles features, l'ambassadeur du projet, enfin tout ce que tu peux avoir en tant que early adopteur du projet, quoi.
J'entends. Et dans tout ça, tu vois le côté content at scale là, de Gary Vee, il y a ça, à aucun moment vous intégrez ce concept-là dans votre le content at scale.
Genre tout ce qui est stratégie Twitter, Discord et tout.
Non, enfin c'est la stratégie en gros d'avoir une présence sur les réseaux, quoi.
Ah ouais, à fond,
mais justement, branding.
À fond, on fait ça dès la fin. En fait, les passes OG, on n'a pas envie de faire de la pub dessus parce qu'on veut justement les bonnes personnes qui viennent.
Mais pour que les bonnes personnes y viennent, il faut qu'elles soient attirées.
Bien sûr, non mais bien sûr, du coup, il y aura de la pub, il y aura une présence sur les réseaux, Mais je veux dire, elle ne sera pas tournée en mode vente de terre, vente de laine pour le hub. Ça sera pas celle-là, elle sera faite, elle est prête. Elle sera prête dès qu'on est prêt et dès qu'on a tous les visuels prêts à être envoyés au front. Là, on a toute une stratégie, que ce soit Discord, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Ça va être stratégie at scale. On a 5-6 personnes qui travaillent dessus sur tout le côté com, qui savent vraiment gérer tout ce qui est TikTok et Instagram et Twitter, etc. Et tu auras toute cette stratégie qui va être mise en place, tu vois. Bien sûr, pour la vente des terres et les expériences, ça va être content at scale tous les jours, toutes les minutes, toutes les heures. Et là, c'est là où c'est important en fait de partir sur des bonnes bases. Parce que si on part direct là-dessus et que justement les premières personnes, parce que c'est les premières personnes qui font Discord, tu vois, qui arrivent. Parce qu'une fois quand tu parles, forcément les gens ils sont dans le mood. Tu vois, le VeeFriends il est hyper sain. Je suis allé dans d'autres Discord, c'est un peu moins sain, tu vois. Donc c'est vraiment les premières personnes qui font Discord. Donc une fois que ces bonnes personnes, ces premières personnes à qui on discute, il y a des rapports humains, viennent, ensuite on pourra là faire les content at scale énorme vers faire de l'Instagram, faire du Twitter, faire du TikTok. Faire du content à la Gary Vee partout, quoi.
En fait, pour moi, si tu veux, ces deux trucs, en fait, ils sont pas, c'est pas séquentiel. C'est pas en mode, enfin, ça, c'est juste mon avis, hein.
Ah oui, bien sûr.
Mon avis, c'est pas step 1, je fais ça, et step 2, je fais ça. C'est plus en mode.
C'est mingle, oui. C'est mingle, bien sûr. Non, mais bien sûr, tu as raison. Je veux dire, je me suis peut-être mal exprimé, mais c'est entremêlé. Je veux dire, ça va être crescendo, quoi. En gros, c'est ça, voilà. Ça va être crescendo. Il y aura pas ce n'est pas une fois qu'on a 113 personnes, c'est bon, on peut commencer. C'est vraiment crescendo. Il y aura le premier tweet qui va arriver à un moment qu'on a préparé. On a préparé, qu'on est en train de préparer. Il y aura le premier, voilà, tout sera intermélangé et du coup, ça va faire une montée en puissance crescendo pour la première expérience qui va arriver, quoi.
D'accord.
Donc non, c'est vrai, tu as raison.
Sur le contenu pur, ce sera du contenu de quel type?
Sur la com?
Ouais. Enfin, le contenu que vous allez poster sur vos réseaux.
Il y aura des teasers. Là, on est en train de faire les teasers de tu sais, les espèces de vues, du hub, que ce soit aussi peut-être des petits sneak peeks de l'expérience, tu vois. Que ce soit aussi les villas ou les villas qui seront buildées dans un second temps, que ce soit les terres, que ce soit. Enfin, il y aura plein de vidéos teasers, d'images teasing. Quelle sera la tête des passes qui vont être mintées, la tête des terres qui seront allouées. Enfin, il y aura toute une stratégie de vidéos parce que c'est ce qui marche le mieux, c'est ce qui fait l'effet waouh, tu vois. Et donc, il y aura toutes ces stratégies. Après, il y a toutes les stratégies de retweet et c'est pour ça que de partir avec les bonnes personnes, c'est toujours mieux, quoi.
Ok. Et donc, il n'y a pas de tout ce qui tu sais, host de party, interview, tout ça, il n'y a pas, vous intégrez pas ce modèle-là?
Il y aura alors, interview, c'est-à-dire dans les médias?
Non, mais tu sais, c'est en gros d'inviter une personne et en fait de l'interviewer. Et ensuite, tu as ton pilier de contenu, ton pilier ensuite est transformé en une pyramide de contenu. Tu sais, le truc, en fait, le content at scale de Gary, quoi.
Ah oui, ça, on peut le faire. Ça, c'est prévu même. Il y aura des amas, Ask Me Anything.
Oui.
Il y aura plein de contenus comme ça, en plus des vidéos de ce qu'on va sortir, tu vois.
D'accord. Ok.
Ça va être, il y aura différents points de vue à chaque fois pour avoir la stratégie la plus globale possible, tu vois, et que si une vidéo n'a pas forcément d'écho sur une personne, une autre vidéo aura l'écho sur une autre personne et du coup elles seront sensibilisées par deux vidéos distinctes mais qui forment un tout, tu vois, et du coup elles pourront avoir leur intérêt à venir, tu vois.
D'accord. Ok.
Mais merci.
Non, pas de souci. Si par exemple tu avais Gary, c'est quoi la question que tu lui poserais?
Gary?
Ouais. Si disons là on est le 23 ou 22, je sais plus c'est quand là, le prochain truc, le prochain meeting. Si disons t'es resélectionné, que tu peux poser une question, ce serait quoi la question que tu poserais là?
Faut que j'y réfléchisse, hein. C'est très faut vraiment que j'y réfléchisse parce que je pense qu'elle sera importante, la question parce que 22 mars c'est bientôt. Donc c'est dans 7 jours là, c'est la semaine prochaine. Donc faut vraiment que j'y réfléchisse et que je vois dans quelle réponse il peut m'aider à vraiment faire scaler, on va dire, le projet et vraiment m'aider à construire ça, quoi, tu vois. Ouais. Je sais pas encore la question que je peux poser au niveau parce qu'il a quand même donné des réponses à pas mal de questions dans tous ces TMA, tu vois. Donc je sais pas, peut-être une question spécifique, tu vois, sur comment justement l'avoir lui en tant que Non, ça, c'est un doux rêve, mais ouais, why not, hein. Mais,
En tant qu'invité, tu veux dire?
ouais, voilà, ça peut être une personne. Non, mais là, on peut toujours rêver, tu vois.
Ouais.
Il l'a bien fait avec d'autres projets qui, euh, qui en valaient la peine. Donc, why not, tu vois. Mais non, vraiment une question, je pense une question peut-être plus communautaire, tu vois. Parce que lui, mine de rien, la communauté qu'il a construite est quand même incroyable, enfin, dont on fait partie, tu vois.
Ouais. Mais après, il l'a pas construit d'hier, hein.
Bah oui, c'est pour ça. Non, mais tu vois,
C'est pour
c'est
ça
ça
que
le
il y a autant de personnes. Et puis, ce que
bien
tu
sûr.
disais, le côté sain. Parce qu'au final, tu vois, les valeurs communes, en fait, on les connaît tous, quoi. Enfin,
Bien
plus ou
sûr.
moins ces valeurs-là. C'est empathie, kindness, etc. Tout ça, on
Bien
connaît.
sûr. C'est pour ça que
Patience,
lui, il peut se
etc.
permettre de vendre 100 000 trucs.
Ouais, 125 000.
Voilà, 125 000, 50 000. Après, il va te refaire un truc de 200 000. Après, pourquoi pas 1 million après, tu vois. Lui, il
Ouais.
peut se le permettre, tu vois. Mais dans une
Ouais, il a
certaine.
le.
Donc ouais, plus une question de tête communautaire. Faut que j'y réfléchisse d'ailleurs. J'ai encore une semaine.
All
Donc,
right.
ouais.
Du coup, il te fait quelle heure pour toi, là?
Il me fait 11h10.
11 heures. Ah ouais, c'est 8 heures. Ok.
Mais c'est vrai, c'est parce que cette semaine, je crois que c'est 8 heures par rapport à la France et pas 9.
Bah, c'est ça qui a dû faire que j'ai raté le coche là. Parce que pour moi, c'était. J'ai pas fait gaffe d'ailleurs, je vais faire attention là pour le prochain appel là. Pour pas louper l'appel, pour voir à quelle heure il est. Mais, ouais. Ouais. Euh,
Si t'as d'autres.
Ok, hein. Non,
ça-
j'ai pas d'autres. Après, c'est plus les questions que je posais, c'est plus pour voir en gros comment moi, à mon niveau, je pourrais aider en quoi que ce soit, quoi.
Hmm.
Euh,
Ah,
mais,
merci déjà, hein, ça me, c'est cool.
ouais.
Mais ouais, du coup là, tu vois, on lance le Discord on commence notre stratégie de crescendo. On va faire les 200 passes, tu vois, OG. Après au fil de l'eau, tu vois, on va commencer à activer la strat Twitter, on a une strat aussi pour les whitelists prochaines pour les termes. Donc, qui est pas mal, qui change aussi des trucs. Tu invites 600 personnes et du coup, tu peux avoir ta whitelist, tu vois.
Ouais.
Ça joue dans le branding et on a trouvé quelque chose qui colle pas mal, tu vois. Et pas un truc en mode flipper de
Ouais,
l'écran.
vous, c'est plus sur le côté exclusif au final.
Exclusif,
Plus sur,
le côté aussi long terme, tu vois, parce que après, c'est des expériences qui vont. C'est pas. Enfin, ça se voit dans la façon dont on construit que c'est pas en mode on vend 10 000 dès le début à 0,06. On se fait un maximum, on se fait 30 millions et après, Inch'Allah, on construit, tu vois.
Mhm.
C'est crescendo, c'est petit à petit. Ça montre aussi le côté, tu vois, le côté long terme. Tu vois, genre, on n'a aucun intérêt à faire comment on appelle, un cash grab avec 200 passes, tu vois, genre,
Ouais.
ça n'a aucun sens, tu vois.
Ouais.
Donc voilà, donc on essaye de matcher un peu ce qu'on veut transmettre, tu vois, avec avec le produit qu'on propose.
Ouais. Ok. Ben, c'est pas mal tout ça. J'essaie de réfléchir à comment je pourrais aider. Quand tu avais posé la question là dans le groupe là, Hangout Hanks, par rapport à levée de fonds, il y a personne qui t'avait contacté.
Non, non, parce que je pense que c'est plus Web3. C'est pour ça que tu vois, la communauté Web3, je pense que c'est plus sur les passes qui peuvent apporter leur pierre à l'édifice que sur le côté BSA classique, surtout tu sais, aux États-Unis. Justement, j'ai rencontré pas mal d'investisseurs aux États-Unis. Et en fait, eux, ils n'investissent pas dans des boîtes en France parce que c'est trop galère au niveau des taxes et tout.
D'accord.
Du coup c'est plus, tu vois, le Web3, ça simplifie quand même pas mal les choses, quoi.
Ouais, ok.
I personally am so grateful for you listening to this episode of the Hawk Vlog. If anything resonated with you, please leave a comment and let us know. We'd love to spread the useful parts of this video to help as many as possible. And if you'd be so kind to like and subscribe on all the channels you are hearing this or watching this on, I'll say thank you again, for real. From one hawk to another, Ka.